Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer to the channel. Glad you're here, WB here, and in this video what I want to do is show you how you can get Metasploitable 2.0 up and installed for security testing. In fact, it's going to form the basis for a lot of the other demonstrations that we do on the channel, so I encourage you to participate. And as always, if you like what you see on the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Comments are always welcome. In fact, all the interaction you do with the channel supports us tremendously. Speaking of support, if you want to continue this discussion after the video ends, check out the description for a link to our community Discord server where we have a ton of additional resources to help you take your studies farther. All right, everybody, let's dive in and get Metasploitable 2 up and running. All right, everybody, here we are on the desktop, and we have navigated to Rapid7 Docs. All the links will be in the description below so that you can follow along too to download Metasploitable 2. A couple of different sources that you can go to. I'm just going to use the information.rapid7.com to show you this is what I used to download Metasploitable. And keep in mind, right, this allows us to get an intentionally vulnerable target so that we can use it for evaluating Metasploit, which we'll show definitely in another video. But keep in mind, it's going to require you to be running VMware virtual machine. VMware, I should say in general, because it is a VMware virtual machine. So I also want to take the time and show you how you can log in and download the VMware Workstation Pro so that you can utilize this. Now, keep in mind, ahead of time, you're going to need a business email in order to, or an email, and you're going to have to set up a Broadcom support portal ID. So do that ahead of time, right? You can navigate to the support.broadcom.com. You can click really any of these links. Again, check out the link for the in the description below, and it'll take you to the login page. Now, if you want to know more about support.broadcom.com, you can navigate here. Any of these links are going to take you eventually to where you'll get to the login page. So for instance, you have to sign in. All right, and you can see we have the ability to sign in here. So I'm going to go ahead and let me authenticate here real quick, and we'll come back. All right, and after you've done that, it'll take you to your dashboard, and there's a few different ways that you can get your software. You can search the entire site if you want, or you can go to My Downloads as well and see if you've downloaded it before. Notice if you choose My Downloads, again, you could search it on the dashboard here, but I feel this is kind of the easier way to get here. You can go to Free Software Downloads Available here, choose the hyperlink there, and then in the list you're going to look for down here, where is it? It's in this list here. There you go. VMware Workstation Pro. Kind of easy to find. I wish I could have done that a little quicker. All right, and then here are the different versions that we can try to download here. So if you want the latest and greatest, you can choose the little release hyperlink under here. All right, and then this will give you the ability to download it. However, I will tell you that you might see, in fact, let me see here real quick, because I know there has been some confusion in the past about, hey, I went to this location, but I didn't accept it. You know, I couldn't find out how to download the software, trying to see if it wasn't a one-time thing. There we go. Here's what I want you to see. Now, I'm going to do this for Windows. You're more than welcome to do it for Linux. But what I wanted you to see here is notice that you know, most URL, or I'm sorry, terms and agreement, EULA, you know, license agreement, you know, you can come in here and just click, right? So wait, how do I do that? Or if you choose down here and you want to download, well, wait a second, I can't download it. So what do? It's not so intuitive, and here's the easiest thing. Click the terms and conditions first, all right? And you can read the specific terms and agreements, right? And remember that you're required to follow Broadcom's software agreement here. And then once that's done, one of the things you'll notice here now, you can click the agreement here, and then you could come in here and download. All right, so I just wanted to make you aware of that real quick, because after the fact, you know once you've done that, it'll be kind of like this, because I've already downloaded it ahead of time just to kind of save us some time in the video here, and that's why the terms and conditions didn't show up for me, and I can go ahead and I can already download it. So if I click download, all right, this gives you the ability to start downloading the VMware. So we are doing Workstation Pro for Windows. And you can see it'll show up here in our downloads, my download folder here in a second. And here we have VMware Workstation Full. So now we can go ahead and here we can kind of walk through the VMware Workstation Full installation here for getting this up and running. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but the user account control just kind of triggered here. So I'll bring that into view here, and it looks like we will give it a second here as it's starting to install. All right. So it takes just a second here as the installation starts. And what we will see soon is the installer. This installer requires you to restart your system to finish the installation of Microsoft VC Redistributable and then rerun the installer. Now, I have just reinstalled my Windows operating system, so I don't have this. If you have this, then you can just move forward in the video. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to restart my machine, but I'm not going to make you wait for that so that we can install that, and we will finish the installation. Keep in mind, I encourage you to do this as well if you're following along in the video. All right, everybody, here we are. That feature was installed. Saved you about, I don't know, it took about 5 minutes or so to install it after the reboot here. And what we'll do is I'm going to open up File Explorer, go back to our downloads, and we will restart the VMware Workstation Pro installation. We've already downloaded two from the link that I have provided there, Metasploitable2 as well. So let's go ahead and we'll click on our VMware Workstation here. Now you can see the user account control. We can see that the installer is starting the process of the installation here. All right. And it's a pretty straightforward process. Anytime you install some kind of a VMware platform, not VMware, excuse me, virtualization platform like this, you want to just keep in mind that it could reset your network connections temporarily, so just be aware of that. We'll choose Next. We'll accept the end user license agreement, the ULA. All right, and notice it says the installer has detected Hyper-V. All right, and virtual machines will be launched using Windows Hypervisor platform. Right, so and that's okay. It is going to set it up side by side because I also have my environment here. Another testing environment as well. You can see I've got a variety of different devices: Ubuntu, Kali, Alma. I've got a couple of servers, one that's going to be a DC, one that's going to be a generic server, right? So I'm adding this to the environment, and it is going to do a compatible installation here. So we'll choose Next. You can see the default location for the VMware Workstation. Choose Next here. And again, do we want to join the CEIP just like any other platform? I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that, and I'm going to uncheck, well, you know what? We'll go ahead and check for product updates. That's always good too. We'll choose Next, and again, just kind of walking through the installation wizard here. Nothing really fancy here, but as a part of the installation, or getting Metasploitable2 up and running, figured this might be the first time that maybe you've installed VMware Workstation Pro and utilized a VM like this. So I want you just to kind of see how it goes, kind of as a step-by-step in the tutorial here. And we can kind of see what's going on in the background. It is installing virtual network drivers. Let's go ahead and let that cook for a bit. And let's go ahead, we're going to go back to the location, the downloads location. Let me see it. It looked like something was trying to pop up here. Make sure I'm not missing it. Okay. And we have the Metasploitable zip that we downloaded here, right? So if we go in here, what you're going to see is a variety of different virtual machine files, and we'll unzip this here in a second. But you can see you've got your VMware virtual machine files here. If I do it, let me show you. Looks like it is hiding the extensions. There we go. That's what I want you to see. So we got our NVRAM VMDK file, VMX, right, our virtual machine configuration file, right? So you've got all of these packaged together so that once the VMware Workstation Pro is installed, we'll go ahead and choose Finish. What we can do from here is we can actually just import our VM. So let's go ahead. We're going to right click on Metasploitable, the zip file that we downloaded, and we'll go ahead and do an extract all. And I don't need it to show me the extracted files when it's complete. And then from here, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and let's just type in VM. We have our VMware Workstation Pro. We'll go ahead and launch that up here. And then it's going to ask us, hey, what do you want to do? And what we're going to do is open a virtual machine. And we're going to point it to our downloads folder. And here is our Metasploitable folder that we just extracted here. You can go into the Metasploitable2 Linux and then select the VMX file and choose Open. All right, and there you have it, everybody. Notice that this is your Metasploitable machine. We're pretty much ready to start powering on this machine. You can see some of the configuration. If you wanted to maybe increase the performance a little bit on this machine, you could. So I don't know, maybe we go to 1024, right? So just increase it to a gig. We can. You notice that you have a couple of host adapters, right? You have NAT. As well as communicating with the host that's available as well. We'll go ahead and choose OK to this. And then the next thing we do is we power on the virtual machine, right? And notice that so one of the warnings that it's going to do here is it's letting you know that the side channel mitigations is enabled, right? Side channel mitigations provide enhanced security, but they also lower the performance, right? I'm going to go ahead and I don't need to see the hint again. And we'll go ahead and choose to close that. Now it's going to ask you was this moved or copied? And it lets you know. If you don't know, answer I copied it. I always answer I copied it, right? And then notice that it also gives you removable devices. The following devices can be connected to this virtual machine using the status bar, choosing VM removable devices, right? I don't really need the hints. Okay for now on that. And here we have it, everybody. We essentially have our Metasploitable VM up and running. Now, there are a couple of things that I want you to be aware of. And one of those things is the default username and password, because I do want you to be aware of how to log into it, and I also want you to be able to find your IP address, right? So we're going to have to do that. So yeah, here we have it, everybody. Notice that we now have our Metasploitable2 VM is up and running, and your login here is MSF. Let me zoom back out here. All right. And to log in, you just type MSF admin, hit enter, and then MSF admin again for the password. All right. And, oops, I was hoping that the VM would, I could zoom in on the VM. Hold on a second here. Let me get out of the VM. There we go, because I want to kind of show you. I'll do that one more time. Let me clear the screen here. And let's zoom in here real quick. Give me just one moment, because it's capturing the mouse, and that's not what I want you to do. not what I want you to see. There we go. So we'll get it here. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen here. All right. So we're logged into Metasploit. One of the first things that you're going to want to do, you're going to want to be able to get your IP address. So you could do this in a couple of different ways. You can use IP ADDR, or just for short IP space A. And then what I usually do is I pipe this out to grep. And I look for INET specifically because I want to find out what the IP address is. And we can see here it is for this machine on this network, it's 192.168.2.128/24 slash notation. So keep that in mind. And this is what we're going to utilize in order to connect to our VM and verify that we have some, or our Metasploitable2 VM, in order to test and verify that we now have access to some of the features of Metasploitable2. So let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom out here, kind of, so I can, there we go. And then what we're going to do next is we are going to actually take our IP address that we have here, and we're going to load it up into a browser, and let's see if we can connect to Metasploitable. So let's go ahead and let me fire up a Chrome, and I'm going to do a Chrome incognito browser here. All right, and we're going to use that IP address in order to connect to Metasploitable. So that is, in order to connect to it, just go ahead and type in HTTP, and then it's : // and then it's going to be the IP address of your Metasploitable machine. So for me, it's 192.168.2.128. And if we are up and running appropriately, you can see we now have access to the Metasploitable machine and a couple of our websites that we're going to be utilizing, DVWA as well, right? So a lot of different things that we can start to utilize this for, and I do want you to be aware of that. So that is pretty much a way that we can do an end-to-end installation, download and installation of Metasploitable. So now, good luck with your journeys into Metasploitable2, and keep in mind, use this appropriately. Do not expose this VM to any kind of untrusted network because it is intentionally vulnerable. But good luck in all your cybersecurity endeavors and the testing that you're going to do from here on out.